There we go. So yeah, like I said, hopefully we're not going to run over 2 hours, but there is a possibility. But if you need to shoot off, then that's fine. So really what we're doing is the workshop is split into 3 main phases. So the first is your brand. So we're going to get really clear on your personality, your mission, your values, etc., and like your kind of voice. The second is your people. So we're uncovering your dream customers and your audience, and we're also going to develop a bit of like a target audience profile together, which is super fun. And then lastly, we have market, which when we're doing packaging is always my favorite. And we're going to dive into a discussion about your competitors, your inspiration brands, and your creative vision. And I've already pulled in a couple of ideas so we can kind of go over and talk about those. There may be a couple of things that we discuss or some questions that I ask you that might feel a little bit repetitive.
No, that's fine.
Might feel like you've already answered it, but you know, exercises are all about diving deeper into some of the responses that you've already given so we can discover like new perspectives and gain some real clarity into who your brand is. And if you see me kind of like looking off to the side and stuff, it's because I've got notes, so we're gonna
Yeah, that's fine.
But yeah, so I've already said this probably 100 times, but while aesthetics are super important, and ultimately it's what I'm here to execute for you, we are all about looking beyond design to create an experience and a lifestyle. So the brand strategy that we're doing today is essentially laying the foundation for us to be able to do that. So the things we're going to be looking into are learning how we can tell your story so we can create a community-led experience, understanding your values, missions, and your people so that we can speak to them in an authentic way, and then also starting to form some visual ideas that align with the strategy and vision. So once we've gone through this workshop, I'm hoping I'm going to get it to you today, actually, but it may be slightly longer depending on how long it takes me. But following today's session, you're going to receive, it's going to be like a 40-page long, really fun PDF document. I call it the A to Z playbook, and it's basically going to summarize all of your brand strategy, your brand voice, everything into one really nice document. We're going to look at your visual direction as well. So I'm going to put together 2 visual concepts that essentially you get to pick sort of which direction we're going to go in. They're not going to be too specific because I do that multiple concept method. So it's not going to be a specific color palette, but you should get a good feel for kind of the direction we're wanting to move in. And also it's going to have your final project scope in there as well, with all of your kind of final project fees and things, obviously minus the workshop that we've already done. So the most important thing for this session and the project in general is just to kind of put your trust in us, in me, have confidence in the process, and it's all going to work brilliantly. It's a super collaborative project, so I'm really, really looking forward to diving in. So we're going to go ahead and get started with your brand. And the first thing we're going to look at, which is probably going to be the bit that might feel a bit repetitive, is who is your brand. So we're thinking about who you want your brand to be, kind of the goals that you have, and the vision that you ultimately have for the launch of your new identity. So I've already written down a couple of things that you mentioned in your questionnaire. So we already have to enhance the Black beauty experience, to build self-confidence so that women can be and feel the best version of themselves, a brand that allows women to enjoy their styling rituals. And I love that kind of idea of it being like a routine and a ritual. Solution to everyday needs. You want to be a household name, sold in retailers like Selfridges. I know we spoke about that on our first call. And also you want to be a trustworthy brand. So I feel like I've talked for a little while now. I'll let you have the floor. Is there anything else you feel like you want to add in here? Anything you want to expand
on? I mean, I know because when I was looking at not Rare, when I was looking at, is it Refi or the brand, and it's all about simplifying beauty. And I was just like, yes, that's essentially what, Beauty Main is. We want to, simplify the beauty process. We want to make it fun. We want to, as well as enhancing the Black beauty experience. When it comes to the styling rituals, your everyday styling needs, we want to make it easy and simple, stress-free. So yeah, I mean, part of it is to simplify the beauty process, really. Yeah, exactly that. Making it fun. Yeah.
What words or phrases would you say best to sort of describe your brand's core essence? Like, are there any immediate words that you pick out that come to mind?
Um, I'm trying to think. I can't actually think of, so more like, I don't know, words when someone looks at, sees the brand, that's kind of like the first thing that comes to their mind.
Yeah. I feel like that whole simplifying beauty is going to be quite a significant one there as well. So we can kind of, build into that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I feel like we've already got quite a lot down here.
Yeah.
And we are going to do a couple more exercises where there are lots of words. So it's going it's going to
Yeah, because I was trying to think of like one word that when you see beauty main, this is the word that comes to mind. I'm trying to, like you said, I'm trying to take the simplifying beauty element of it, because I don't know, is do they pronounce it as refi beauty?
refi. I'm not really
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So because they already use that as that's their tagline. So I'm trying to like think of words that are similar to it, but essentially means the same thing. Essentially means, simplifying beauty, making it a stress-free process. But I'm
maybe
trying to
like
think of
adding ease to the everyday, or something along.
Yeah, because I did have this, what I thought was an amazing tagline. Building self-confidence through the power of beauty, and having it as, instead of spelling beauty as the way it's spelled, spelling it as, beauty as we have there as beauty main. But I just feel like that's so wordy. It's, it's not, I don't know if it'll kind of, stick in people's minds that, it's I don't know if it's a catchy tagline, or maybe we need to break it down a bit more.
Yeah, we can have a bit of ideation around that. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe dive into that at a bit of a later stage when we start putting together the actual identity. Let me see if that I feel like we haven't answered yet in this section. Oh, this is quite a good one. So looking ahead into the future, what legacy or lasting impact do you hope that your brand will leave on the world, or on your industry specifically?
Lasting impact. Because I want it to be, like I said on the form, like I want it to be, that kind of go-to brand, that brand that just it instead of, because there's this thing in, like, let's say like the Black community of, women should kind of wear their natural hair more. Women should, there a number of like stigma associated to, let's say women relaxing their hair, women wearing wigs, like artificial styling rituals, let's say that, right? So people usually tend to, kind of go with what, the society wants, in terms of, creating more natural products, more natural hair products, natural hair hairstyles. But with Beauty Main, it's more of whatever it is that appeals to you, whatever styling ritual or beauty, whatever your beauty needs are, we are just there to, kind of affirm confidence in what your beauty needs are, whatever those are. We're not, trying to put you in one box, right? We're just kind of like, building up whatever it is that you like in terms of your beauty needs, in terms of how you want to style your hair, what hair you want to wear, what, because we'll go into skincare later, hence the beauty part of it. But whatever it is, we're just there to, I guess, build your confidence in whatever decision you make, whether it's, you know, whatever styling or beauty needs those are. That's a mouthful, but it's yeah, it's somewhat just, yeah, like accepting your beauty choices, accepting your styling needs, and just helping you, I guess, to build on that. Something along those lines.
Amazing. I love that. And I feel like
exactly non-judgmental. That's it. Non-judgmental. That's it.
going to be quite a big theme over here, but the next exercise, the things that you hold close, like the things that are really, really important to your brand and what you're doing for people. And I feel like that is going to be, you know, like one of the most strongest elements here, like, you know, breaking that taboo, wear your hair. So I don't know how to word it, something to do with the like taboo, non-taboo hair. Or like non
I think the non-judgmental kind of says it for me anyway. I think that kind of sums it up for me.
Is there anything else that you feel like, I really want to help people in this way, I really believe in this thing? Is there anything else outside of that?
It's providing solutions to, let's say, maybe you can word this better, but needs that have been forgotten about, or like for example, when it comes to, you know, beauty, there could be products that offer like temporary solutions, but I think with Beauty Main, you know, kind of like the long-term vision is to provide solutions, provide products that actually work, you know, products that actually solve the problem. Providing solution for people's needs that have been forgotten about in the mainstream beauty. That's it. You got it. Yeah. That's the one. Yeah. And then
sorry, you go.
Oh no. And then I was going to say, and then the other thing is to I guess it's to kind of find our little bubble in the beauty industry, because there's so many brands, there's so many, you know, beauty brands that cater to Black women or minorities or whatnot. But I mean, eventually we will widen our products to cater to everyone. But I think for now, it's more of just trying to find that space. You know, what is it that people are going to be coming to Beauty Main for? Like, trying to make us stand out a bit and not really blend in as much into what's already there. So, yeah.
That is like my favorite thing that I hear clients say. Like, I want to stand out.
Yeah.
Cool. We're going to
exactly
examples later on, and we can sort of figure out where your brand will sit on a shelf with all the other products. So that's going to be really fun. So like that's going to be an exercise to kind of link in with this. But I mean, while it's really, really great to like widen your audience and kind of want to cater to everyone, I think that it's really good to find that one thing and do it really, really well, and then you're kind of creating that niche. So I think that, you know, for the time being, I think that's a really, really great way to approach it.
Yeah. And then one last thing is that, because I was just looking at the question, what do we hold close? I think we're just not, I want us to be a fearless brand. We're not scared to, like, you know, do something different, do something out of the ordinary. You know, I want us to create products that people be like, oh, you know, like just taking that move, because our customers are, you know, at the kind of like, they're at the center of everything that we do. So, you know, just making those products that maybe another brand wanted to, but just doesn't really fit in to what's in demand maybe at that particular time. But there's a group of people that brand or that product would cater to. So it's just kind of making those not scared to do something different. Exactly. Yeah. Out of the ordinary.
You're taking that
making the first step. Exactly that. Yeah.
Amazing. Let me just see if I had any other questions. If you could be known for doing one thing really well, what would that one thing be?
Oh, I mean, right now, what we're doing really well is we're kind of, so the product that we have, it's not a new product. There are plenty of brands that sell the product that we're selling. But the thing that kind of makes us stand out is that we didn't just, go to a manufacturer and, just got their stock product and started selling. We took it a step further because, the it's similar to makeup. You have your undertone and you have your skin tone. So, looking at this particular hair product, it wasn't really any different to makeup, but that's one thing, other brands have kind of missed out on. So our product, not only is it more pigmented, because that's something that was lacking in the other products, it also looks into, women of colors, skin tone and undertone. So it's always kind of going that step further, right? Looking at what's missing and how can we improve, basically. Does that even answer your question? You know what? I feel like I'm talking so much that I'm not even answering the question.
Great, go for it.
Yeah. Yep, that's it.
Oh, amazing. Is there anything else you feel like is missing on this page, or do you feel like we've got that down?
What is your brand doing for your people? What is important to you? I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay, cool. So the next thing that we're going to look at, and this is why I say it can get a bit repetitive because some of the things can come up time and time again, but that's a good thing because it can tell us this thing is really, really important that we get into that brand story. But we're going to start looking at zooming into the experience and the lifestyle that we're creating for your dream customer. So if you think of Refi Beauty, I feel like that's going to be an example that keeps coming up time and time again today.
Yeah.
This entire lifestyle that people are just completely craving to be a part of, and they can only achieve that with their product. So we want to
exactly that.
Create that ourselves. So thinking about how you want your audience to engage with your brand and sort of what feelings you want them to experience. So if we kind of start with that, they open up that mailer box, they see your product, sent it as a PR or they've bought it themselves. What are the feelings that you want them to have when they first see your products or first use your products?
Okay, so I mean, when they first see the product, so let's say on, I don't know, on social media, when they first see a post by Beauty Main, it's more of that feeling of, oh, I want to try this. Why? Because it kind of, I might go back to the whole aesthetics thing, but it's more of, it just looks well put together. It looks like, I'm talking as a customer, it looks well put together. It looks like a chic brand. It looks like a brand that, if I, let's say, post on my stories or post on my Instagram, someone will ask, what is it am I using? What is that product? Because it just fits in quite well in, let's say, what's kind of trending in the lifestyle space or beauty space on social media. So, and then when they, let's say, I don't know, receive the packaging or the product, when they open that box, it gives you a sense of, a lot of attention to detail a lot of attention has gone into making this product. A lot of care has gone into packing packing the products, packing the goods. We care about what you think. We care about, because the way my packaging is, the kind of like the brand colors run through it all. So from the thank you cards to the to the way the box is sealed, to the instruction box. So everything kind of ties well together. So it's like we're looking after our customers. Not only are you just buying the product, but we still want to connect with you. How was it? How can we make it? How can we improve the product? Here a list of instructions, because this could be your first time using the product. If you need any help, feel free to reach out. So it's not just leaving the customer to go and learn how to use the product or use the product themselves. It's kind of hand-holding them from when they purchase the product to when they receive the product to when if they want to share their post on social media. So it's